Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about the LinkedIn Alumni tool. It's honestly one of my favorite functions, tools, whatever you want to call it. It's using LinkedIn to tap college and corporate alumni. I think is one of its most powerful and completely underrated features. I think it's one of the best things to leverage. And I want to show you 3 ways that you can use the LinkedIn Alumni tool to maximize your job search efforts and find a well-paying job faster. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The first way that you can use the LinkedIn Alumni tool is to find college alumni. So if you go to if you look up your college and you look at the alumni section on the left-hand side, you're going to be able to look up, it's going to bring up all the alumni that are at your school that are on LinkedIn. They have to be registered on LinkedIn, obviously. And you're going to be able to search using keywords and graduation year. And as long as someone has, their graduation year listed, they're going to come up in one of your searches. Or if you don't include the graduation year, but you do a keyword search, then someone will come up based on the keywords that you use. And if you use both the graduation year and the keyword search, you can narrow in on certain classes. You can narrow in on your class. You can narrow in on the classes that are before and after your year of graduation, because in theory you were maybe at the school together. You can look for people that have more experience than you. You can look for people who have less experience than you, and position your reaching out based on that. So, one way that I've used this function is, as someone who is, 50 years old, who is not a 25-year-old or a 30-year-old, is I've actually looked for alumni for my college. I went to Cornell, and I look for people who are younger than me to see if, we can engage in a conversation, me looking for them to mentor me based on their experience, as someone who is coming into an industry versus me being in it a while and trying to get different perspectives. And, for those of us that may be concerned about ageism, I ask you to do a gut check and ask yourself, how many people do you have in your connection list, in your contact roster that are younger than you? And you really need to develop those contacts. And this is one way to do that, is look for people who maybe have graduated from your college and use that as the means of reaching out, and look for a mentor that's younger than you so you can get some insight to their experience, and then they're getting your insight based on your experience, and maybe you guys can help each other, and it's that whole intergenerational thing. So that's one way of using it, but obviously you can use this to narrow in for your target companies, looking for people who graduated from your college that work at companies where you want to work, which kind of leads me to number 2, actually. So the second way to use the alumni function within LinkedIn is to, if you have a list of companies where you want to work, pull up the company on LinkedIn, and the company page will show you how many people in your network went to your college that work at that company. So that's one way to is look for college alumni that work at your target company. So you're going to go look for people via the target company route, and then filter in the college alumni element as well. So and LinkedIn kind of showcases that for you on the right-hand side of the company page. So that's another way to do it. And then the third way that you can use the alumni function, and this is a little different than the alumni tool. This is more of just looking for alumni function. This is not necessarily a company alumni function, a college alumni function, but you want to use LinkedIn to find corporate alumni. So look, if you're targeting a specific company, you can look for individuals that used to work at that company or currently work at that company. And you can get insight by reaching out to people from that angle as well. So look for people who used to work there. It can help you get information as you're going through an interview process, if you're already going through one, or you can reach out to these individuals who used to work at your company, your target company, or currently work at your company, your target company, and see how you can get some inroads into that organization. So again, you're networking into the organization versus just applying through a job board. This is a way to complement it, and you can look for people who used to work at the company, which in the industry we call corporate alumni. So those are 3 ways to use LinkedIn to leverage the alumni tool or alumni function. And it's a very powerful way. It can shortcut some things for you. And I encourage you to use the formal LinkedIn alumni tool and just the concept of alumni to leverage your target companies and colleges where companies work, individuals from your college work at that company. So I hope that helps. If you're interested in learning more about how to use LinkedIn to land a 6-figure job, then I'm going to encourage you to join me for my training that I'm going to have tomorrow. You can register through the link below. And I look forward to seeing you on that training. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com. I'm happy to answer them. And if you'd like to schedule a call with our team to determine how we can help accelerate your job search so you can land your next 6-figure job faster, feel free when you email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com to ask for an appointment, and we'll get you scheduled. So look forward to seeing you on the training tomorrow. If this video was helpful to you, I'm going to ask you to email it to somebody. You can share it with them, and hopefully it'll help. So stay strong, stay sane, and look forward to seeing you on the training tomorrow. Take good care.